Winter's coming.
Forget winter, because a new spin on that galaxy far, far away is coming from the creative duo behind HBO's Game of Thrones. D.B. Weiss and David Benioff have just been announced as the writers and producers of a series, that's right, series of Star Wars films. Since the Skywalker saga will most likely end with Episode 9 in December 2019, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy has been lining up the galaxy's next sagas, with Last Jedi director Rian Johnson, who will create his own trilogy that is completely separate from Weiss and Benioff's.
I don't believe it.
That is why you fail.
And this is great news! No, seriously. The Weiss-Benioff twosome turned like 1,000,000 pages of dense text with names like Dolorous Ed and Dagmar Cleftjaw into about 70 hours of incredible, award-winning television. Not to mention that the later seasons were lousy with sweet dragon action. Weiss and Benioff are experts at world building. I mean, if we had a map to the Star Wars galaxy that was as detailed and vast as that of the Game of Thrones opening titles, someone could probably explain what the heck Finn and Rose were doing on Canto Bight in the first place. And we gotta mention their creature work. I mean, can you imagine what kind of horrid White Walker monsters they could bring to Star Wars? And then how badass it'll be to see the White Walkers get mowed down by lightsabers. Okay, breathe deep before I overload my brain with geeky greatness. Whew. And when it comes to wretched hives of scum and villainy, Benioff and Weiss are masters of creating flawed heroes and empathetic villains, exactly the kind that perfectly populated the cantinas and Death Stars of the Star Wars universe. Now, the producers won't turn their focus to Star Wars until they've officially finished Game of Thrones, but that might free up some of that cast for future movies. Brienne of Tarth, Gwendolyn Christie, and Khaleesi, Emilia Clarke, have both found roles in the Skywalker saga. But old Tyrion Lannister, Peter Dinklage, put himself on tape for Lucasfilm while at the IMDb studio at Sundance.
Boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep.
Oh gosh, I'm auditioning.
Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop.
Okay, maybe this isn't the droid we're looking for. Lastly, there are no specifics on the creative yet, but apparently Disney CEO Bob Iger has been in talks with Benioff and Weiss for some time about doing a Star Wars streaming series. But the pair weren't interested and instead, quote, are focused on a point in time in the Star Wars mythology, which kinda sorta sounds like code for an Old Republic trilogy. Okay, breathe deep, I gotta slow my roll before I blow a fuse. So, what Game of Thrones cast do you think should join the Star Wars universe?